Hello YouTubers, this is the Noobifier. Please help me reach a wider audience by letting people know about this unique topic. Somebody somewhere will be looking to increase their quiet, and it's actually quite simple. It's all about controlling your environment. This is a classic story of having a problem and fixing it properly with means that are without any hacks or band-aid solutions. When I was younger, I thought that I could save a bunch of money with the DIY approach, saving money by sourcing my own solutions, and there was a lot of places and a lot of ideas out there on the internet. It's risky though, because you may not get the results that you are looking for, and by the time that you're done, it's probably going to cost about the same. With our new house, I wanted to hit the issue directly with the right product and avoid the time and risk of the DIY gone wrong. The backstory is quite short. When we first moved to Ottawa in 2015, as an up-and-coming YouTube sensation, I thought it would be a good idea to build a dedicated full-time recording studio in our new house. Kyle helped me to build a small room within a smaller room. The walls were filled with insulation to make the wall space more dense, but the most important thing that I learned when doing this project, it's cumulative, and what I meant by that is that there isn't one single magical thing that makes the room quiet. It's a bunch of factors coming together, each making an improvement. We recently built a new house and moved. Part of the house design needed to include a new recording studio. Sadly, the new room didn't perform as well as the original. I was frustrated, humbled, and defeated. After watching my own old videos, I was reminded of what I just said and that it takes time and layers to get good control over the sound. I had forgotten that lesson and incorrectly assumed that with a bit of insulation in the wall and a couple of felt pads here or there, that the new room would be tame and I would get good results. Old room went from having no foam to having pyramid foam, and then the door was made thicker with some Dynamat, and all of these made improvements to the resting sound floor. The foam was eventually replaced with floor-to-ceiling cedar baffles, which was finally really good and very anechoic. For the newer room, I didn't want to just copy that room. The baffles were quite costly, they were prone to dust, and I believe that they weren't really very aesthetic anymore. During construction, the two inner walls were once again filled with rock wool, which is a type of dense insulation. This is meant to thicken up the walls and isolate the room better. Left untreated like this, the room would still be an echo chamber, so we began with a layered treatment program. Measured from the midpoint, hexagon tiles were added. These go up very quickly using a laser level and their peel and stick, which is quite an enjoyable process actually. I said in the previous videos that you need 5 different colors if you never want one color to touch itself. So I ordered 2 types of gray, 2 types of blue, and an orange. The palette has no meaning, but I wanted it to be, bright and light. It's a nice place to work. As more of the wall was covered, the resulting audio was improving, but there was still a noticeable echo, and that was probably from the ceiling and the floor. The floor was simple. A carpet over the cement will deaden that. And then finally, the ceiling is where Arrowzoom comes in. I could have just stuck more tiles to the ceiling or used a drop ceiling, but that would have been a shame, as the high ceilings are actually a big plus to the design of the room. As I said, the next step would be a drop ceiling, but this is a little bit more appealing. Months ago, I had placed a single large hung diffuser in the middle of the room, and I had planned to add more. Today, we're there. We're adding more. The product shipped disassembled with clear instructions, and in this case, because they are the smaller version, they have 2 cable hangers each. Once again, using a laser level, I was able to mark 4 locations. Based on where the lights are in the ceiling and the location of the door, I decided on a radial pattern, but the 4 new panels are set higher than the original one. There's no crazy shadows being cast on the floor, so success. Once again, the diffusers didn't change the light, and I think they look great. So, is the room finished, and is it as anechoic as the original? Yes, I believe the room is in its final form. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to match the original studio. That room was very good. But standing in the room, the resting sound floor is very silent because of all the insulation in the wall. Adding a single large diffuser to the middle of the room had the same effect as all of the other things that we had done, resulting in a very suitable recording environment. But adding the final 4 small panels has further reduced all direct paths for the sound that would normally skip off the ceiling and return. Sound deadening and sound control is a sum of the layered plan, and for me, these extra suspended diffusers are the difference between having some echo at moderate volumes to now hearing nothing but the voice in the recording. This product works in my studio as intended. They do what they're supposed to. They look great, especially compared to some of the other alternatives. Form and function are balanced, and I love the bright look of this new studio. Being able to hang down moves the diffusers into a place where more waves will interact with them more regularly. Standing directly where I normally record from has become the sweet spot, and I've achieved the performance that I was looking for. If you have a studio, a nursery for your newborn, or play in a band, all of these examples are very well suited for noise control. I knew that I could count on Arrowzoom for an off-the-shelf solution that was better than anything that I could DIY myself. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. There is a promo code that'll take 10% off of your cart at checkout. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.